Hello folks, welcome to Wild Astro and another gear review. We find ourselves in another lockdown situation, so here we are in the garden. Elliott's with me. Say hello, Elliott.
Hello, Elliott.
And we're going to have a look at a couple of lightweight chairs today. This is Wild Astro. So it's winter, it's wet, it's cold, and if you don't want to be sitting on the ground during your wild camps once this latest lockdown is over, then a lightweight chair is a real good way of getting yourself up off the ground. Now the Helinox Chair Zero over here, this is one I've been using for a little while. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, but it's quite expensive. There is a new kid on the block now. New kid that's been around for a while, to be fair, but just here we have the Trekology Yizi Chair Go, and we're going to take a good look at that today and see how it compares to the big hitter in the lightweight camping world. Okay, so first of all, a couple of things you need to know. Trekology have sent me this chair free of charge based on previous reviews Elliott and I have done of their gear, because they wanted us to have a real good look at it and let you guys know what we think. There are links down below for both of these chairs. They are Amazon affiliate links, so obviously, as I've said before, I get a little bit of a kickback each time someone clicks on those links and ends up buying from that source. But have a look around. If you can find them cheaper elsewhere, then do it. Right, so Elliott and I have been using these chairs for a little while now, and first thing I want to know from Elliott is, which of these two chairs do you prefer sitting in, mate?
That one.
The Trekology?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Why do you prefer sitting in the Trekology?
Because I can see more from sitting on it.
Why can you see more?
Because it's a bit higher.
It's a bit higher, yeah. Okay, and that's the first thing that I want to mention, is that if I bring these two together, you're not going to see our faces for a minute. If I bring these two together, you can see that the Trekology is significantly higher off the ground than the Helinox. Okay, which now if you're a bit like me and your knees are getting a bit old and starting to go, then height off the ground is quite an important factor, because I'll be honest with you, I like the Helinox chair, but I do find it quite difficult to get into and out of after I've been on a long day's walking. Okay, the other thing that I need to mention is that they both suffer similarly from the problem of these small feet sinking into soft wet ground. Okay, now you've got two options with that. You can either buy a spreader for the bottom, which is a sheet of fabric with little corner pockets that stops the feet from splaying out and sinking into the ground, or you can do what I tend to do on camps, which is use an empty beer can, crush down, turn it upside down so you've got the nice domed bottom, and put it under the legs of the chair. That works really well, stops it sinking down. I've seen people take halves of tennis balls to put under the legs of them to stop them sinking. Whatever works, do it. They both suffer similarly from that issue. Right, I think what we're going to do is a bit of a point scoring system to figure out which of these two chairs is the better of the two. Stick around to the end, because I'm going to be giving away this Trekology chair, and I think when you see the scores at the end of play, you're going to be quite keen to get your hands on one. So here we go. Okay, so let's talk stats. At present, the best price for the Helinox Chair Zero is, and the best price I can find for the Trekology Yizi chair is, that's an easy win for Trekology. Okay, the weight of these chairs is very important because, of course, they're both lightweight camping chairs. Elliott, which of these two is heavier? This one, the Trekology, is heavier, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's actually just about twice the weight of the Helinox. The actual weight that we have measured, putting these on the scales for the Helinox, is, and the actual weight of the Trekology that we've measured with our own scales is That's a win for Helinox. Now, if you're a bit like me, and by default you put a slightly higher demand on a chair like this in terms of weight, the Helinox claims to be able to handle this weight without any problem. The Trekology claims to be able to handle without any problem. Another win for Trekology. Now, as I mentioned previously, the height of off the ground of the Trekology is, and the height off the ground of the Helinox is, which means that if you do find it difficult getting in and out of low chairs, the Trekology is definitely going to be your better bet. Okay, so here I am sat in the Helinox Chair Zero. As you can see, I'm very low to the ground. I can lean back, and it's quite a comfortable chair. Sitting in it for a long period, what I've found is that the bottom of the chair, the front of the chair under the legs, cuts into the thighs a little bit, cuts into there because it's tilted backwards a little bit further than the Trekology is. But in terms of sitting in here for long periods of time, other than having to bring my knees up occasionally just to get the blood flow back into the thighs there, it's been absolutely fine. Comfort wise, I have no problem with this at all, until I try to get out of it. Now, if I've been walking for a long time and I've been sat down and the muscles have started to seize up a bit, this is not an easy operation. And straight away you can see one of the problems with both of these chairs. The feet have sunk right into the ground, and quite apart from making a right mess of my lawn, you've then got mucky feet to deal with before you can put it away. Let's get to the Trekology. Okay, so here's the Trekology chair. Now, the feet have sunk into the ground again, but they're slightly bigger feet on it, so they haven't sunk as far and they don't sink as easily. I'm further off the ground, as I've mentioned before, and I can put my legs out straight without that bottom strap cutting into my thighs, which is quite nice. I can lean back. It's as comfortable as the Helinox, leaning back, but it does have a slightly higher back, so it's actually going to keep the wind off higher up your back. You know, quite apart from the comfort benefit of that, that seems to be a good thing. And of course, when I come to get out of this chair, it's much easier because I'm already higher off the ground. So nice and easy, job done. Another win for Trekology. Let's talk pack size. Here's the bags. That's the bag for the Helinox. It's a very lightweight bag, but does exactly what you need it to do. Contains everything, stops it all falling about. And this is the bag for the Trekology. It's about the same length, but it is definitely a chunkier bag. It's a harder wearing material. It's more of a canvas material. That's more of a sil nylon. And again, it does exactly the same job. It just keeps everything from falling about and coming loose in your bag. Although the Trekology chair does come with a strap that goes around all of the poles to keep them all in a bundle, if you wanted to pack that without the bag. Okay, so measured pack size for the Trekology is, and the measured pack size for the Helinox is, another point for Helinox. Right, let's talk convenience for a moment. In terms of actual features, the Helinox doesn't have an awful lot to speak of. It's a comfortable enough chair, and that's about it. In terms of the Trekology, you have drinks holders on both sides. You have a nice little strap down here to keep all the poles together in a nice bundle when you fold it up, and that's about it. Okay, in terms of actual features, in addition to what the chair needs to do at a basic level, that's all you have. Both very, very straightforward ways of putting them together and taking them apart. I'll use the Helinox to demonstrate this. They've got little pouches, corner pockets that the poles sit in. They simply pop off like that on all 4 corners. And then all of the poles are elasticated into these end pieces here, these end sort of junction boxes, if you like. Nice strong elastic in there. With the Helinox, the elastic is enough on all 8 points to pull the poles nice and snug into those pockets. With the Trekology, sometimes you have to give them a little bit of a push, but once they're seated snugly in there, it's fine. So with the back poles, obviously they have to be longer, so they come in half. So you take those in half like that, fold those in, and then you just bundle one at a time, bundle them all into the middle. And then what I like to do is wrap the canvas part of the chair around the whole bundle just to keep it all together before I pop it into the bag. The Trekology is exactly the same, except that you get that strap around it to keep all of the poles in a bundle, so that I suppose if you wanted to, you could just throw that bundle into your pack without using the bag. Another win for Trekology. So, there's a clear winner there, isn't there, folks? So which of these 2 chairs am I going to grab if I'm going out on a wet, cold evening and I want to get myself up off the ground? Well, if I was going purely lightweight, wanted to move quickly and get myself into a spot nice and easily, I'd take the Helinox, just because it's a smaller pack size and it's lighter weight. But then of course I already own the Helinox, I've already spent my money on that. If you're looking to spend your money on a lightweight camping chair, there is absolutely no reason I can see, other than a significant weight difference, to choose the Helinox over the Trekology. And I would advise you to go for the Trek every time. Okay, so to the fun part. I'm going to put this one away for a second. Okay, so the Trekology Yizi Go chair. I'm going to give this one away to one of you. It's very, very simple. All you've got to do is comment below with the hashtag Wild Nights Starry Skies. Here it is, across the bottom of the screen here. This is what it needs to look like. Hashtag Wild Nights Starry Skies. Of course, you have to be subscribed to the channel and leave me a comment. You know, you don't have to leave me a comment, you just have to leave that hashtag. But please feel free to leave me a comment below. Tell me the sort of places you're going to take this thing, and you know, whether you agree with my verdict on this, that you would choose this over the Helinox, or not. And that's it. The Trekology is a clear winner, and I promise you I'm not just saying that because they've given this to me for free. I genuinely think that if you don't have your own chair at the moment, this is the one to go for. It's strong, it's lightweight, until you compare it to something like the Helinox. It's comfortable, it's hard wearing, and it's going to serve you really, really well. And that's it, folks. That's pretty much all there is to it. These are 2 great chairs. Which one would you buy? Let me know in the comments below. I have no choice. I've already spent my money on the Helinox, and I'm giving the Trekology away to one of you guys. Remember that hashtag Wild Nights Starry Skies in the comments below. Both of these chairs have fantastic features. In terms of point scoring, what you've seen in this review today, I would advise you, if you don't have one already, to get yourself a Trekology Yizi Go chair. It's comfortable, it's easy to live with, it's easy to work with, and it's going to give you everything you need for those nights where you don't want to be sitting on cold, wet ground. Folks, thanks ever so much for watching. This has been another Wild Astro gear review, and this is Richie for Wild Astro, signing off.